Hello everyone, welcome to another video. So this will be for 3E chapter 4, which is coordinate geometry. So in this video we're going to be doing skill 2, which is over here. So skill 2 basically is just finding the equation of a line. So that's the fundamental thing that you need to know. You have to know this. Okay, so let's look at the level 1, the easiest version, where they give you gradient and one coordinate of a point. So you can see that in my notes, to find equation of a line, you always need two things only, gradient and a point. And then I'm going to put y equal mx plus c. So m is the gradient, and this x and y is actually just the coordinates of this point. You can see that I'm trying to draw the arrows for myself. So if you need to draw this for yourself, you please go ahead. Okay, so let's do the question proper. So you can see that this line passes through this, right? And so to find c, so you can see that the gradient in this case, it's g, and then the point we're looking at here is 3, 1. Okay, so in this case I choose to find the equation because I want to demonstrate this skill here. So I put a note for myself. The gradient is 3, the point is 3, 1, so over here. And then what I do is I do this y equal mx plus c, right? So literally it's just y equal mx plus c. So y is this number, the y coordinate, right? And then x is the 3, which is the x coordinate, and then this m is the gradient, right? So gradient is 3. I just put it together, and then you can see that I times this together, I got 1 equal to 9 plus c. So c, if you just adjust it a bit, is minus 8. Hence the equation is y equal 3x minus 8. So in this case, of course, the c will be minus 8. So you can write down at the end of the day, c equal to minus 8. So you're done. So this is your most fundamental basic of this skill here, finding an equation of a line. So if you look at level 2, it's slightly more difficult. It's not a big deal. So it asks you to find what the equation of a straight line. Sure, I give you 2 points. And then if you look, the only difference now is, just now I have the gradient given to me. Now I got to find it myself. I still got the 1 point. See, I got 2 points here. In fact, I can choose any one, doesn't matter. And then how do I find this myself? Again, if you have 2 points, you can actually use the gradient formula. Remember, we learned this before that. So same thing, I use the gradient formula. I find the gradient will be 3/4. And then in this case, I choose to take this 3, 1, because I like small numbers, right? So after this, I got gradient, I got point, I'm back to the exact same case as level 1. So same thing, y equal to mx plus c. So y mx plus c. I times it together, blah blah blah. I shift it around, c equal to -5/4, and then I write down the final answer. So just to convince you that you can use either of the points, so I did another version over here. You notice that my point, in this case, I use 7, 4. I use this point instead. You see that you get the same answer. So it's y equal to m here, x, this is here, plus c. And I shift it around, blah blah blah, it's still the same c here. That's why I say it's the same answer. So it doesn't matter which point you use, you still gotta get the same answer anyway. Okay, so now this is the level 3 one. This is where these are the so-called very difficult exam questions. So you can't predict such things, right? It just comes at you, you got to figure out how to do. Okay, so in this case, I have a line here, this is a line, and then I got a here, I got k here. So you can see that this is the interesting phrase. Distance from the x-axis is twice that of y-axis. Whoa, this one need to think. But let's settle the question first. So they ask you for coordinates of a. Coordinates of a is clearly on the x-axis. So in other words, the y is equal to 0. It's something comma y, 0. So I sub y equals 0 into this equation, because when I know either x or y, I can find the other one. So since this point is on x-axis, the y coordinate is 0, and that's why my first step is to sub y equals 0 into here. Okay, so y becomes 0. I got 0 equal to this here. I shift around, I solved. So x is -4 here. Done. Okay, next one I want k. So k is the difficult one, because if you read this sentence, distance from x-axis is twice from y-axis. So see, this is the distance of this k from the x-axis. This is the distance of k from the y-axis, and this distance is supposed to be double. So instead of using two variables, I can use one variable. So if imagine this is d and 2d, so this is the distance d, this is the distance 2d. That's why my k is this, so k equal to this. And I'm going to sub it into the equation because this k is on the line. So if it's on the line, it must satisfy this equation. So same thing, my y is 2d, right? So it's 3 times 2d, and then it's 2 times x, right? So it's 2 times this x, this right here, then plus 8. So I simplify, blah blah blah, my d is 2, but d is not the answer because this is the k. They ask for k here, right? So they ask for k, and k is actually this, d comma 2d. That's why it's 2 comma 4. And then you check, is it double each other? Yes. Okay, so that's quite difficult. The next thing is they ask you for this area of triangle of AKH. So it's A is here, K is here, and where is this H? H is the point 4 comma 0. So this is I don't know, this is 2, right? So actually this number here is 2. So H is somewhere here, right? So I need to like put out a note here. I need to draw this myself. Okay, so after I draw this, I realize that okay, this is 4, this is minus 4, so this distance must be 8, and then because of this 4 over here, so this number is 4, and hence this distance must be 4. So if I want area of triangle, I'm back to my primary school knowledge, right? Half base times height, and then the base is 8, the height is 4, and then if you just calculate, is 16. So hope that's all for our so-called difficult question for this version. Hope you've learned something new. Thank you and bye-bye.